Okay, if you're here to subscribe, kindly hit the subscription button. No one will see you. Like and share to your friends. In a town, Chief X resides 60 meters away on a bearing of 57 degrees from the palace, while Chief Y resides on a bearing of 150 degrees from the same palace. The residents of X and Y are 180 meters apart. Illustrate the information in a diagram. Bearing is one of the topics I loved so much back then in secondary school. And one of the funny thing about this is if you are unable to represent this information in a diagram, it will be difficult for you to get it. So, how do we do this? Take note that first, we measure bearing from the North Pole. And second thing I want you to note is anytime you see the word from, that is where you are taking the measurement. So, for instance, Chief X is 60 meters away on a bearing of 57 degrees from the palace. So we are going to start with the palace P and draw 57 degrees from the North Pole. So if this is the palace, north, south, east, and west. This is the palace P. X is 57. So this is 57 degrees. This is 57 degrees. And this is where X is located. North, south, east, west. And it is 60 meters away from it. This is our X. And also, Y resides on a bearing of 150 degrees from the same palace. 150 degrees will be below here because this is 90, so 150 will be here. So, $150. So the whole of here is 150. So if here is 57, 150 minus 57, here is 93 degrees. And this is our Y, north, south, east, west. We are asked to let's finish it. We are told that X and Y are 180 meters apart. So this is 180 meters apart. This is Y. So if here is 150 degrees, we already know that by alternate angles, here is 150 degrees too. The first question we are asked to find is the bearing of X from Y. So we are looking for the bearing of X from Y. So we are going to measure the angle from the north pole of Y to this point. So look at what we are looking for. We know this is angle on a straight line. This is 180. We know this is 150. So we need this angle. Let's call it alpha. We need this angle. How do we get this angle? We can use sine rule. So using sine rule, sine alpha over the distance opposite it is 60. 60 meter equals, we know this, sine 93 over the distance opposite it is 180. So sine alpha will be 60 sine 93 over 180. This can go 3. And when we do that, we'll have sine 93 divided by 3. This is 0.3328. So that alpha will be sine inverse of 0.3328, which will be 19.43. So today's significant figure is 19.4. So since here is 19.4, the bearing of x from y is the sum. Therefore, the bearing of x from y is 180, which is this, plus 150 plus 19, plus 150 plus 19.4. If we sum this, we'll have 349.4 degrees. So today's significant figure will be approximately 349 degrees to 3 SF. The next, we're asked to look for the distance between P and Y. This distance, let's call it D. We'll also use sine rule again, and we'll use the flip side of sine rule. You know, in sine rule, we can use sine A over A equals sine B over B, or A over sine A equals B over sine B. They are the same. We'll get the same answer. So to get this, we'll look for what this angle is. We know this angle, we know this angle. We can find this angle by sum of angle in the triangle. So let's call here theta. Theta plus 93 plus 19.4 equals 180. So theta equals 180. If we sum this, we'll have minus 1112.4. And if we subtract, we'll have 67.6. And so the distance we can get using sine rule as using sine rule to be d over sine 67.6. Can use the one we know, 180 over sine 93. So that d will be 180 sine 67.6 over sine 93. This will give us meters to 3 SF.